government and to provide new guards for their future security. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Patriots arise. It's time to demand the truth.
This is the UFO News with Joshua Poet.
All right, Dirk, thank you very much. This is Josh. This is the UFO News for today. All right, our first story comes to us from Kansas City. Kansas City. Now, what we've got going on over here is a UFO fleet manifestation. So let's take a look at this, see what this is all about. Alright, as we can see, we got the one light up here in the middle of the sky. And then as it goes, it separates, and now it's looks like 3 lights. 5 lights. And it's now in a triangle formation. And as it continues to go along, it's kind of interesting because then you have this other light that seems to be dipping off of it, almost like it's dropping down. You know, like something's being lowered from the main part of the body here. Very interesting indeed, don't you think? See how it looks like it's being lowered here? Alright, so that's our weird Kansas, said this was August 19th is when that occurred, so August 19th. Alright, our next report comes to us from Examiner.com. It says, Pennsylvania scientist reports flickering green sheet of light. Pennsylvania scientist reports a rectangular sheet of bright green colored light that appeared to shift or flicker in patterns across the object from left to right. Crossed the sky several times, beginning at 9:20 p.m. on August 23, 2011. According to testimony from the Mutual UFO Network Witness Reporting Database, there was no blinking. The light was bright and constant, though the changing pattern, this witness stated. The object moved quickly from one side, maybe 2 degrees back and forth, and then disappeared. No town name was mentioned in the public portion of the MUFON report, which was filed on the 22nd. And then up to date Philadelphia is currently a UFO rating 3. They had 39 reports in July, second to California that had 54. And we don't have any kind of video or anything with this one here, but the link is up at our page, firstcontactradio.com, right-hand side, UFO News. Our next story comes to us from UFOsightings.biz. Says UFO false flag attack on the world 2012. Now this is something we have been talking about. We're going to talk about a little bit more today. UFO over crop circle film from peak of Knapp Hill in direction of Southfield, Alton Barnes, England, on the 14th of August. The double effect on the slow motion comes from the bad encoding engine of the Windows Movie Maker. Have better software. It's just one object you see by the stills and the music. By the porcupine tree. Okay, let's take a look at this video. Now this video's 10 minutes in length. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but let me play this and get you the highlights of it here.
Agreed to let the military build a forward base on the moon, which will put them in a better position to keep track of the comings and goings of visitors from space, and to shoot at them if they so decide.
I was introduced to the late Dr. Werner von Braun in the U.S., the father of rocketry. In my first meeting with him, during that first 3.5 hours, he said to me, Carol, you will stop the weaponization of space, because There is a lie being told to everyone that the weaponization of space is now first being based upon the evil empire, the Russians. There are many enemies, he said, against whom we're going to build this space-based weapon system. The first of whom was the Russians, which was existing at that time. Then there would be terrorists. Then there would be third world countries. Now we call them rogue nations or nations of concern. Then there would be asteroids. And then he would repeat to me over and over, and the last card, the last card, the last card would be the extraterrestrial threat.
Pardon me, I don't mean to interrupt you, but doesn't this make sense? I mean, if in fact there are extraterrestrials and they're buzzing our planet, why wouldn't we want to take steps to defend ourselves from them should they turn hostile?
As a military strategist, as a person who worked on the MX missile, which I did later, he said, you will find that there is going to be a spin to find some enemy against whom we have to build space-based weapons. And now we should expect the spin, because he said part of the formula for the intelligence community is if they might have a weapon, then we have to consider that they do have these weapons. So now they do have these weapons, so now we have to build these weapon systems. And that's the formula, except that it's all based on a lie.
This is a report into future technology, commissioned in 1968 by McDonnell Douglas, then one of the biggest aerospace and defense contractors in the world. What's extraordinary about this document is that it takes the existence of UFOs seriously. It recommends using UFOs and copying their design to make the next quantum leap in aerospace technology.
Some UFOs may be extraterrestrial vehicles. They certainly have not been proven otherwise. The existence of extraterrestrial vehicles indicates vehicles could be built which would have capabilities quite useful to McDonnell Douglas Corporation.
A supersonic saucer. Called the Silver Bug, it was truly revolutionary. The plans show in detail a multi-jet engine craft that boasted amazing maneuverability and speed. It's an intriguing thought that this concept may tie in with the work of the German scientists who brought saucer technology to the US at the close of the Second World War.
Alright, I'm going to leave you hanging there because there's about 7 more minutes of that show, so you can go watch it yourself, watch the rest of it. It's pretty interesting. We're going to move right along here to our next story. Our next story comes to us also from UFOsightings.biz. And this is a mass UFO sighting over Laredo, Texas on the 23rd, so this was just the other day. Says you must check out the video of the UFOs. Alright, here we go. Let's check this out.
NSTV, with coverage you can count on. This is Pro 8 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for choosing Laredo's Most Watched News. I'm Tim Gutierrez.
And I'm Ann Huntera. Dozens of Laredo residents woke up to see a bright light in the sky that some say they just cannot explain.
Well, many people are now saying what they saw was a UFO in the sky over South Laredo just before 4 this morning. But not everyone believes it. Annette Garcia has more in our top story at 6.
Caught on camera, this video shot by a Pro 8 News viewer allegedly shows a light some say is coming from a UFO. The light that seems like an ordinary star shone brightly over Laredo around 4 Tuesday morning. It's the second night in a row it's been spotted. Witnesses took to the Pro 8 News Facebook page posting details of what they saw. One person said the light seemed to stay in one spot. Another said he and his wife saw it between 2 and 4 a.m. It was a bright white light and turned to 2, then back to 1. Witnesses say it was flying around the South Laredo area, then flew back up to Central Laredo towards Loop 20, then back around and down Highway 83 before it disappeared, flying too low to be a commercial plane, but was completely silent. Residents in the Chacon Creek area say they see helicopters daily, and this was no helicopter. Over 150 comments flooded another Facebook page, commenting on the sighting that has believers intrigued.
I think we have visitors sometimes. I seen a movie, and when I seen it, I just think like, wow, there's another people out there, you know, different aliens and different creatures out there.
The topic is one that catches the attention of many people across the world. There have been large investigations, even some coming forward with what they say are top secret government documents that prove there are visitors from other planets. There are some who are taking the sighting very seriously, wondering what they saw in the skies of Laredo last night, but for others, it's more of a laughing matter. Do you believe in that kind of stuff?
Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't believe in UFOs.
In fact, there were many who heard of the sighting early this morning, saw the Facebook posts, ran outside to see the light, and it wasn't there. For some, just a joke. For others, proof that we are not alone.
Not by a long shot. Not by a long shot.
Annette Garcia, Pro 8 News.
Well, we did speak with airport officials just a few minutes ago. They say there were no flights leaving from the Laredo airport, but there were flights in the area. And by the way, the Webb County Heritage Foundation will be hosting the first ever Laredo UFO conference in November. If you'd like to know more about it, you can call the Webb County Heritage Foundation at 727-0977. You can also go to their website, webbheritage.org, or visit their Facebook page.
Alright, so maybe the residents there of Laredo don't quite believe in UFOs, but somebody does, because you don't put on a UFO conference unless somebody within the organization does believe that there is something to it. Why waste all the time, energy, and the money putting something on if you didn't believe it, right? So somebody there believes the truth of what's going on. And our last story for today, our last UFO story, also comes to us from UFOsightings.biz. This is a convoy of UFOs flying over Moscow, and this was just very recent as well. This was this month. Let's take a look at this here. It says UFO Scandinavia. We share the latest UFO sightings, and that's about all it is. Let's check a look at what this is all about. Here we go. Alright, as we can see, we got just the one single light out here going, just that we're used to seeing. And let me fast forward a little bit, see if it does anything else. Nope, just kind of alright. And there you have it, just flying across the screen. Light gets brighter, moves a little faster. I think that's the camera moving around right there. Alright, so that's our UFO news for today. As you can see, we've had a number of different reports continuing to come in from all around the world, as always. So we'll make sure to keep you informed about that. You know, just keep in mind this whole fake alien thing, this invasion they want to do, it's very real. They definitely have this in their plans, and they want to pull a fast one over people, think people aren't sophisticated or paying enough attention. But I know that you are. Of course you are. How could you not? Alright, that is our UFO news report today. I'm going to jump to a song. I will be back in just about a minute, minute and a half, and we'll continue on with the news for today. Here we go. This is Confirm or Deny.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Bases that are secretive. We're not supposed to know where they come from or where they go. And if you ask our leaders today, this is what they will say. I can neither confirm or deny.